suitability is to verify that all the planning that has taken place in assessing the suitability of the site for the regs display is safe.
He does the commentary as well to keep us informed. And as Pete was saying earlier, Slot in the Red Arrows is open to anyone who gains the necessary experience, and I always find it interesting to hear the Red Arrows commentator talk about the experience that got these guys into that red flying suit. Of course, we're welcoming the new members this year, and all the members have to be fast jet pilots with fast jet squadron experience. So they really are, it's an often hackneyed phrase, but they really are the best of the best as far as the RAF is concerned.
So, taxiing out, crowd front right, are the two Boeing-Stearman biplanes with the Aerosuperbatics Wingwalkers. The girls warming up, having a wave, little balletic waving there as a small taste of what's coming. So on the lead aircraft, we've got Dave Barrell. Lead aircraft is the one with the red cowling on the front, mainly red, and then famous red arrows in the little while.
Big cheers.
He might even wave back.
He will. I'm sure he'll wave back to everybody.
So Stearman aircraft, final checks. Make sure that the temperatures and pressures are right.
Check the smoke.
Check the smoke. Now, the intercom between the pilot and the wingwalker, the pilot at the moment will shout up, "Are you okay?" and they'll get a thumbs up, and then after that is all down to the wing rock.
Now you are an expert on this because you have done it.
I certainly have.
And I need to know a whole bunch of things about doing this, especially when they're flying.
Here you go.
Right, off they go. So today is all about waving. So the girls are going to be waving, the pilots at some point are going to be waving, and you need to wave backwards. So hands in the air, and the girls now have used a unique swiveling rig, and you'll see they're upside down. So now we've talked about G-IIYs earlier, so everything they feel goes down into their heads. So positive G becomes negative G.
How did I do that?
And they're swiveling back round to the upside up right again.
That is amazing.
So it's unique to this team. It's something we developed a few years ago and spent a lot of time in the hangar with a swivelling rig attached to the hangar wall, and the engineers laughing at us, trying to help us swivel round.
How long did you do this?
Well, never say never. So I started in the office, actually, 2 chairs and a table. So you practice everything that you need to do to climb physically from the front seat up onto the top wing and get yourself strapped in, and then you go and do all that in the hangar, and you climb up and down until your knees are bruised, but you can do it blindfolded. So it's become second nature. Right, diving. So up, down to about 130 miles an hour. Pulling up, lovely tight formation into a beautiful formation loop. Look at that smoke system, isn't that beautiful? Now if that's not a photo opportunity, I don't know what is. So it's at about 3 to 4G, pushing down the wingwalkers, down from their head straight down to their toes. And then all that time they're waving. So can you imagine driving along at that sort of speed? Clearly we can't do that. We're not on a motorway, we're on a racetrack. Driving your car around about 120 miles an hour, and then you stick your head through the sunroof and try waving, and that's exactly what it feels like. It's a full-on body workout. The girls spend a lot of time in the gym training. I said they've got a dancing background, which isn't essential, I never had it, but it really helps. And then the stretching, and you then get display ready, and then your muscle memory takes over.
Well, you have to be very live and very comfortable in moving around. You must have a particular mindset to be able to do this.
It's a lot of fun. Now, swivelling rig again, you can see they've turned sideways this time round. This is the only team in the world to have these swivelling rigs, and it's the only formation display team in the world as well.
And look at them waving up there.
And you
Give a
see,
big wave back.
it's all in formation. So the lead wingwalker sets the tone, sets the pace, and the wingwalker underneath can possibly just about see the edge of the glove as it waves. That's probably all you can see sitting down, right tucked in the back there. You can see a lot of rivets, and you can see a little bit of oil trailing down underneath the aeroplane, which reminds you you've got to clean it afterwards.
It's a radial engine.
Yeah, they do leak a lot of oil. As we said earlier, that smoke system, it's ecologically sound smoke, developed by the team because in the good old bad days it was diesel, and you just get a face full of diesel just sitting underneath that wing, whereas this is all eco-friendly, breathing-friendly smoke, as I'm told. And Brian is a touch right underneath there. It's the closest formation flying you'll see today.
So just think about formation flying, where you are learning to fly with the marks, the other aircraft, and you're keeping a position. But then you've got somebody standing on top of your wing.
Yeah, and the pilots are very responsible for that person on the top wing. They consider that in everything they do, and do a display in front of your friends and family.
Even a beluga like me.
You're a bit tall. I'm not saying anything about your manly chest size. You might be a little tall for it.
Look at that beautiful ring.
So these aircraft were made to display in sites like this. It's a beautiful colour. Goldfish bowl that they can fly in. We use the best of the terrain and set the display up so it's nicely positioned in front of the public.
Because this goes back to really the end of World War I, and even before the end of World War I, where guys were known to get out of their aircraft to try and fix something while it was still flying.
Absolutely. So wingwalking is 100 years old now. It's it's the oldest profession, but it's definitely came from after the war, where aircraft were cheap bought, and people bought the aircraft, but it still cost a lot to fly, so they used to live in barns, and then people would pay in the 1940s. They thought that was too dangerous. And then the 1950s, Boeing-Stearman displays started again with the wingwalker attached to the top wing of the aircraft. And now this team can undo that harness and climb between the front seat and up onto the top wing. And every now and again I used to actually climb along the bottom wing as well. It was a lot of fun.
Because the original birds used to do, like they'd be climbing between two aeroplanes. One would have a ladder, and the guy would get on the top wing and then climb up the ladder. I've even seen.
So this is pure theatre. And so this team is very well known because I've done it myself. If it's raining, they still fly. So as long
And
as
that
they...
would sting.
It's unbelievably, it really hurts. But also this is all a part of performing theatre. The girls always themselves, they dance amongst those aircraft. They definitely think of it as a performance. They absolutely love what they do. Although they love spending the time with the public and giving them that opportunity to try it out. They live for moments like this where they can display on a gorgeous warm day. Because it's cold up there. It's really cold. That's probably why I spend a lot of time hugging people just to warm up afterwards. And the team also travel all over the world. They've been to China, Australia, Japan, Arab Emirates, and all across Europe. They can fly up to 5 different displays a day across the country, all at about 90 miles an hour, burning about 18 gallons of fuel an hour.
But say you were doing even 3, that would be exhausting.
Well, that's why the pilots sleep very well, they're exhausted. Right, the girls again, wonderful swivelling rig, lovely crossover. Boom, there we go. The aircraft are based in this beautiful airfield in the heart of the Cotswolds. It's an original World War I airfield.
I had the privilege of going there last year.
It's beautiful.
For the association's leadership.
It was a good day. And so 70 acres of grass, set up in 1917, and it was there till like 1919, 1920, and then reverted back to a farmer's field. And it's been resurrected as a private airfield, but it's still got that 1917 MOD spec grass. So it's the same grass that the pilots land on today that they would have been when the airfield was operational.
Because there are a few famous models through there too.
Absolutely.
Keith Park,
Yeah, Albert Hall.
Albert Hall.
So, smoke on go, I can hear, there we are. They do a lot of stretching, lots of gymnastic manoeuvres just to keep as supple as possible. They make it look incredibly easy, and the thing I hear most from people who go and do these experiences as members of the public is, well, you couldn't wave, you definitely couldn't lift a leg. And if you're watching today's display, that's exactly what they do.
It's as you say, like.
So Dave Barrell, lead pilot, has been with the team for about 15, 16 years now, and has spent most of his life engineering. He's an amazing car mechanic, but also looks after the aircraft during the winter as the lead pilot. And if you cut him in half like a rock, he's going to steer them all the way through. Brian Cornsey, RAF pilot, he now flies airliners and comes and does this in his spare time. And another man today with a big smile on his face. So here we go, diving in from the left. In a circle, so they've got everything they can to try and make the aircraft more manoeuvrable.
People used to do this 135 horsepower Tiger.
Yes, well I did, absolutely, when I was 15.
Oh man.
It was a calling and a joy and a passion.
And tell me, what was your father's response when you said that?
My dad's, yes, his biggest upset was that I moved on to fly with other teams. I spent a year, time in France with Brendan O'Brien, who's here today.
Flying off out tonight. He owns off out. We
spent a lot of time landing on beaches, doing beach displays with the Tiger off. And I was never big enough to swing the propeller to get it started. And one time we asked a nun to help us, and she just hitched up her skirts and go on with the job. It was fantastic. They're operating without one, and as you can see, this wonderful billboard, wonderful PR opportunities, and a hugely professional and fun team. Right, the girls have unstrapped, and they're now sitting on the leading edge of the front wing.
Big wave.
So this manoeuvre is called the Goose, after Lucy, who perfected it a few years ago. So they've unstrapped, they sit down on the top wing, hook a leg over the front, underneath there's a wire, you hook your foot underneath the wire, and then the other leg trails backwards and hooks into the handhold at the back of the top wing. And there they are, they hold on with one hand and arm gently forward. And now, as in all this done in the hangar, and then they have to go and be brave and go up in the air. That first flight is the one you never forget. As you see, the aircraft are flying really slowly to give the girls that opportunity, not only to wave at you, but also for you to see them, but so they can manoeuvre up in the air. So they're now standing. There we go, waving away. Holding on with just one hand and with one foot on an area that's half the size of a beer mat.
That is incredible.
And the thing about it. You can see when they're there, and then you can suddenly see when they're not there. So they'll be now climbing down into the front cockpit, strapping themselves in nice and tight and safe and secure for landing.
Particularly when you went out on the wings. He's got to compensate that by trimming again, moving the controls.
Yeah, they definitely feel it as the girls move around. The pilots definitely feel the aircraft change in the way that it flies.
Well, in a DC-3, if somebody walks from the front to the back, you can tell when you've got a trim.
So they're still up there, and they've got now a different move. Let's see what they're up to. Hold on to something. Stick that one leg up in the air and hold on to it and see how easy it is just off the ground. So the RAF Association, we organise 2 charity days a year, and people can come and do a walk and raise funds for charity. And it's a lovely, especially our teams that we're looking after, doing very different things. And again, the teams, this is their full-time job. This is actually what they do every day.